Out of everything in life that you can be and all these paths that you can choose, the last thing I thought I would be in life is religious. And I don't mean like spiritual or just believe in God in general. I mean actually religious. I was fully atheist. Now, I was raised in a Christian household, but I myself was atheist when I got out of that. And because all the negatives I saw within the Christian church, I just turned my back on religion and God in general. And what's really fascinating about that is the devil kind of hid for me. The shaitan, evil, these kind of things, they hid. They went into silence. They tried to not exist. Whereas God was always there, but I was just not looking. I wasn't paying attention, and to be fair, I was kind of ignoring it. And I was never religious, and I didn't believe in God until I saw the devil. Now, not believing in God until you meet the devil isn't random. And I remember speaking to somebody, I wouldn't call him a friend, but somebody I'd met, and he was a Christian, and he was telling me about Jesus and his faith. And I was hearing what he was saying, but I wasn't really listening. And I told him, I was like, look, I don't believe in both. I don't believe in God, I don't believe in the devil. And he responded that the devil's all around us, and how could I not see it? Now, he was correct, but it was kind of hiding from me, and I think it hides from people as well. And I told him that if I ever met the devil, I would have to believe in God, and me and the devil would have some serious problems. Because if I were to see one, that means both is true. And if both is true, that means I have to pick a side, and it's pretty obvious the side you're going to pick. Now, initially through my studies, I thought everybody had it backwards because of Christianity, the Christian perspective on God and Jesus and in hell and heaven. And because of the manipulation within the Christian Bible due to Constantine, it really made it seem like God is evil. Isaiah 45:7, I believe that's the correct verse, I don't have it in front of me, where the Christian Bible claims God is evil. God creates evil and makes evil happen. Now we understand God created everything, but as far as makes happen, that is due to Iblis or the shaitan. And that's just one verse, for example. There's many places within the Christian Bible where they have injected Mithraism for Christians to follow the sun god Mithras. This is a completely different conversation. I'll break it down one day. And this is what led me into the occult in the first place, is it just seemed like everybody had it backwards. Now, I do believe Christianity in different places of the country or different places of the planet are going to be completely opposite of this. But the churches I was raised around and saw were not good people. These were evil people, embezzlement, they were selling and trading substances back and forth, and everything I've seen was just bad. And so this is the main reason why I picked up the Lesser Key of Solomon and started studying the occult in the first place. So one day I decided just to jump into it. Things were kind of standing out to me. I was kind of getting pulled in this direction, and that's when I did my first ritual. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of the ritual because it's completely irrelevant, but I got experiences on the first one. There's something required in every single ritual to make it work, and thankfully most people have it wrong. Most people don't know what this thing is, and I will never say what it is. But just by chance, I put that thing in this ritual. And so the experiences were insane. Now, I wasn't a full believer when I did this, so keep this in mind. Like, I didn't fully believe in anything whatsoever. I was still fairly atheist. And that's why I didn't care to do the ritual. It's because I didn't fully believe in anything. And I wasn't even sure it was going to work in the first place. I was pretty doubtful, but I was open-minded and willing to give it a shot and see what comes out of this. Well, of course, it got an insane reaction. And that's where I felt panic mixed with curiosity, because one side of it was like, oh crap, I summoned a demon. What did I do? Was this wrong? Now, today I understand this is jinn, but I was questioning myself, like, did I do something really bad? What is going to come out of this? Is it going to be bad? And then the curiosity side mixed in. It's like, okay, can we do this again? And can we replicate it? And then what kind of results can we get by doing that? And so naturally, I just kept poking the bear. My curiosity got the best of me. I started diving in with different things. Now, thankfully, I didn't branch out much and start poking at everything in existence. There's some practitioners that like to play spiritual Pokemon, and they want to go after every spirit possible and try to have a connection with literally everything. I wasn't one of those people. I stuck to a few things and tried to get in really deep with them. But even still to this day, even speaking out against this, people still ask me how to do this all the time. And I want people to understand, I'm never going to explain this. I'm not going to tell you the missing pieces from most people's rituals. 99% of people, their rituals are pointless and they're never going to work. And I'm never going to teach how to do this. Every ritual you ever do comes at a cost. There is so many hoops you have to jump through, so many things you have to give to the jinn just to get any kind of result. And then the result you do get out of this is going to be one-sided. It's going to be so temporary and it's going to be taken away from you. And then you're going to have to do another ritual. And my biggest question in those people, because I still have some practitioners watching these videos, my biggest question is if rituals worked. if they were truly effective and you gain something out of it, why are people doing rituals for 40 years? Why are they doing rituals for 30 years? Why are they doing it at all? If rituals seriously worked and these occult practices weren't one-sided, why do people have to continuously do them over and over and over again? If they worked, your protection ritual would protect you permanently. Your money rituals would grant you money forever. Your love rituals, you would get married immediately and it would never divorce. These things don't work. They are one-sided, they are temporary, and you are going to lose. There's no way to win. You can't negotiate with the jinn. But that being said, I made that promise that day whenever I was talking to that individual, that if the devil ever showed himself to me, he made a big mistake, because that means he's real. And there's this big quote in the West, and people might have it in other countries too, where they say that the biggest trick the devil ever played was that he hid that he existed, or something along those lines. And for a long time, I never understood this quote. I didn't believe it. I was like, what? He just hid himself? That's not a trick. That's not fooling anybody whatsoever. People know the devil exists. Now today I understand. I understand fully, because if people are aware that the devil is real, they're not going to fall for the bullshit. They're going to go towards God. They're going to go towards the Quran. They're going to find true faith. Now, I also want everybody to keep in mind that everybody's on their own path. For me, this is what it took. It took me to see the devil, to realize God was real and was right there the entire time. And it's because I went through every single other faith and studied all these different religions where I know the Quran is true. I can confidently stand by the Quran and I can never look away from it. And this is due to my curiosity in leading into darkness and leading into the wrong path and falling on my face over and over again is how I can fully say with confidence that the Quran is the truth. But I'm not sure, and I don't think anybody will ever know, if I was able to achieve the same result without going through all that failure. Was I able to just pick up the Quran and embrace it initially, or did I have to go through all this? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is so more people can understand. As we get closer to November, we're going to be seeing more people do the same thing that I did. As things get darker, as things get more challenging, as the division gets greater, as the darkness gets blacker, we're going to see more people realize where the light is. And more people that you may think are off the deep end may turn around very quickly. And I've been seeing this through my own experiences. Just going out in society, you're seeing people open their eyes. You're seeing people come to the light a lot more than usual. In my situation, isn't uncommon. There was nothing unique about what I went through. And it's no surprise that we live in a pivotal point of history, but we are about to see a lot of people wake up.